Hello, and welcome back, everybody. Here we are with another episode of H Unleashed. I'm your host, Helena, and welcome to my podcast. I don't know what episode we're up to, so I'm just going to get into what this episode is going to be about. I'm going to be discussing my experience with running away from home. What the situation was, what happened, all that sort of stuff. So, I'm just going to get into it straight away. I believe both times I ran away from home, I was 15. So, you'll probably notice with a lot of stories I tell from when I was young and all that stuff was starting to happen. I guess I was really around the 15-year-old age, and obviously moved out at 16, and then everything just happened after that. So 15 onwards was when major stuff, I guess, really started happening in my life, and that includes me running away from home. So let's get into it, shall we? So my first experience running away from home, a little bit of a backstory as to why I decided to run away. I was very much into massaging. I always have been from a very young age. I've just always enjoyed giving other people massages and just making them feel good. So my father at the time knew somebody that did that as a profession, and they were happy to show me a thing or two, give me a few tips just to, progress further in my little knowledge of, nothing, but just to give me a tip or two. And my birth giver found out that my father was taking me somewhere to learn how to massage, or a few techniques, whatever. She was not happy about that, and I guess this is a example of, I guess, the sort of controlling and how I can be my own person with my own passions. And I guess you'll see that in this episode. I was meant to stay at a friend's house after this for the night, I believe. So I obviously, this really upset me, what happened. My birth giver found out, and pretty much she ended up fighting with my father and just having a go at him for, I guess, encouraging me to learn more about it. She didn't... I know, that sounds really dumb. Like, why would your parents care? First of all, it's free. It's not harming anybody. It's probably something that could even benefit you. But yes, she didn't want that to become my life career or path. She thought if I was going to learn a few things, that I would then be set on that being my life goal, dream job. Yeah, so she used to do this, I don't even know what that was. She used to do this quite often with anything that I enjoyed, so I was often not allowed to do things that I liked. And this was just one of them. So they ended up fighting that much to the point that my dad ended up taking off in his car. He left the house. He didn't want to deal with my birth giver anymore. And I was left there. I ended up getting grounded. I wasn't allowed to leave the house. I was grounded for just, I guess, so she could make sure I wasn't going anywhere or able to learn what I wanted to learn. Like, I didn't do anything. Like, I literally had no reason to be grounded. So I didn't fight back. Like, obviously I was upset, and I was like, dude, what's your problem? Like, I'm just being shown a trick or two or a technique. Like, what's so bad about that? And that's obviously when she had a dig at me for making that my life career, even though that was never mentioned. But yeah, I think you get it. So I went back into my room, very upset, and I was like, no, 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 no. I'm not doing this. Like, I was so mad. I did not want to be in the same house as her. I was just like, how could a parent literally ground their child for just wanting to be shown a technique or two for something that they love to do? I could not wrap my head around it. And I guess that was the moment I decided I didn't want to be in the house and I wanted to leave. I think I had walked off once I got grounded because I was so upset and annoyed that my father left the home without me and that it all happened because of my birth giver. So yeah, I went for a walk. I came back to the house. My dad still wasn't home, but my sister and birth giver were. I snuck into the house and into my room. My room was directly across from my birth giver's. Yeah, I snuck into my room and I just heard something like footsteps, and I don't know why, but I was just like, quickly hide. Like, I just had a feeling that she was going to come into my room. So oh God. Yeah. So I hid behind my door. My door was shut. And next thing I know, my door's opening. And, you know, in like those movies or those visuals of like, you know, you're full up against the wall on your tippy toes, like just full sucking in, like just trying to be as tiny as possible because the door is like being opened that far that it literally can't go any further or it's about to hit something, aka me. And the door quite literally stopped right before me. Like I just like was missing it on my tippy toes. And she kind of like leant to my room and looked around and then shut the door and went away. So she didn't know I was in my room, and I was like, you know, I felt like a ninja at that point. I was just like, heck yeah. So I gathered my things. I packed for a couple of days. I snuck back out of the house and I left. I walked all the way from Yamanto to Bundamba. So it was a decent walk. It was a hot summer's day, and I mean that hot that like I can't even tell you how burnt I got. Like I'm talking like blistering, like it was bad. Yeah, I think I ended up leaving home for like a week. I just stayed at my girlfriend's house. I think I was also dating a girl around the corner from there at the time. So yeah, I think my birth giver knew where I was. I'm pretty sure my father ended up picking me up eventually. But I don't know. They didn't really fight to get me home. I really could not be in that house. And yeah, it led to me leaving home at a very young age. Another time, we got into a serious fight. I can't remember what about. And again, living at Yamanto, I left the house. And this time I decided to go to a different government's house. And if you know where, like these suburbs, like I'm talking from like Yamanto to Red Bank Plains, I walked. And like it's a long ass way to walk. My friend wasn't even home, but her dad was, and he was kind enough to let me stay the night there. And I just stayed in my girlfriend's room the whole night. I was very thankful. I guess he knew about my toxic family, I guess. So he was more than happy to let me stay the night, which was really beautiful. I'm pretty sure he asked me just to text them, just to let them know I was okay. But that was, yeah. Next day, I'm pretty sure, again, my dad picked me up. But, yeah, I guess nothing too dramatic. But, again, I think it's sad to think back that the reason I ran away from home was because, you know, I wasn't allowed to be myself. I wasn't... I'm just genuinely lost for words. I think I seriously feel for anyone else that, you know, didn't have encouraging parents or supportive parents or parents that believed in their dreams and passions and encourage them to go after what they were obviously passionate about. I think that is like one of the biggest things you can do as a parent for your child, is to encourage and push them in the direction that they're already naturally drawn to and have talent in. I guess that just makes more sense to me, and something that genuinely makes them happy. Unless, of course, you just want them to be miserable. I guess in that sense, then you're getting what you want. Yeah. I think it's important to remember it's never too late. You're never too old to go after what you want to now. And yeah, your parents' decisions for you at a young age don't have to define your decisions now as an adult. They really don't. And they really should not impact what you want to do as a person. You are your own person, and if they don't agree with something, then they don't have to fucking do that. Who gives a shit? Honestly, just who cares? Look, really short, sweet episode. My next episode, I'm just going to go into, I guess, more examples of things with my narcissistic birth giver. I guess just little examples and story times of things I had to experience growing up with her. Yeah, look, I think there's going to be a few little goodies in there, so I hope you enjoyed this little cooked episode. Oh, it's so bad. It's probably not as dramatic as I thought it was going to be, but hey, whatever. That's just my story time. But yeah, I look forward to the next episode, and I hope you do too. And yeah, I'll see you then. Keep well, stay safe, and until then, bye guys. Bye.